you have found this video for a certain reason, whatever this may be. If you feel like you have no control in your life, over the things that happen to you, that is a very frustrating feeling. It takes away life force from you, because we are here. We are on this earth, in this experience, to really make this experience of creating whatever it is that we came here to create. So if you feel completely out of control, there is this, almost like this split inside of yourself, where you feel like two parts of you don't match up. There is your actual self that you observe, all the things you see happening to you, the way you react, even though you don't even know why you react that way. All those things, all the things you keep doing even though you actually don't want to. And there is this ideal self that you can still access in a way. You still have these ideas of who you'd like to be, who you intend to be, all the dreams that you had for yourself. And it doesn't match up. And you try things, you actually do, you put in all the effort, but it never seems to come quite as high as your original idea has been. It's like you feel there are some things that keep happening again and again and again without you being able to choose what you want to do with that. And this is the core of the problem. Your feeling of not being able to actually choose. And this is where awareness comes in. This is where awareness comes in. So, yeah. If you are aware about quite virtually everything that is part of your world, you are able to make an informed choice from within yourself. Because making a choice is not optional. You make a choice quite literally every second about anything in your life. The question is if that choice is informed and conscious and aligned with what you want, truly want for yourself, or does it feel almost automatic, like a reflex, something unconscious that comes from a pattern within that has nothing to do with you being the creator, but has everything to do with you being stuck in a programming that was put upon you. So, if you are aware about all these things, just as an idea, these things can be mindsets you have been taught in childhood, old wounds passed onto you by your parents, by your caregivers, whatever, your experiences that you made along your whole life, all of these things that have installed a very rigid, very solid, very prisoning, is that a word even, belief system in you that you feel you cannot escape. And actually, you might not even feel you cannot escape, because you might not even be aware of you being in it, you being locked in this system of beliefs and mindsets that dictate your reactions, that dictate your choices, that quite frankly dictate your complete life. and you are just here and you feel like something's not matching up, and no matter what you do, it never comes in place. That is the reason. And the more you become aware about all of these things, all of the wounds, all of the emotions, all of the fear, the more you can deeply look into these complex systems, look to the core of it, understand the way that you have reacted before, and from that position make an informed choice of how you want to react yourself, being free from these constructs. And this is the thing. This is a choice that you can make, but that you only can make if you are completely aware of what it is. Let's have an example. Let me think. I have a great one. All of my colleagues, nearly all of my colleagues, are heavy smoke. No, sorry. Heavy maybe is a bit much. All of my colleagues are smokers. And they use little 5-minute breaks to go to the rooftop of our building and have a cigarette. This is a choice they make almost every day, or at least almost every day they come into work. And many of them even tell me that they don't smoke at home. They only smoke at work. It is a choice they make, and it is a choice they make almost unaware of why they do that. And I am sure that many of them are even a bit frustrated or angry with themselves for making this choice again and again, even though they know it's not really good for them and they don't need it. They certainly don't need it at home. A thing that they could understand about themselves and about their pattern is that they would not grant themselves the grace of having a break, going to the fresh air, seeing the sunlight, having a little stretch or whatever. They would not grant this grace for themselves. The only thing that they grant for themselves is having a little break to smoke a cigarette, which is widely accepted in our society. It is quite normal. It is something that everybody does. It is something that everybody knows. And it's something that nobody will ask questions about. It's just, I'm lacking the word, sorry. It's widely accepted by society that you can have a little break to smoke a cigarette. What is not accepted by society is that you miss minutes of work for having a little break for yourself, breathing, stretching, centering down into a more peaceful state of mind, whatever. This is something that nobody does, because why would you miss on working minutes just to hold yourself up? Because this would mean you choose yourself over others, which is something that in our society, sadly, is considered a dishonor or whatever, I don't know. Selflessness is considered a virtue. This is actually horrible. It is horrible. To be selfless can be used as a compliment. It can be used it is used as a word to describe people in a very good way. They are virtuous and chivalrous maybe and whatever, because they are selfless. And that is actually, our society supports people to abandon their own needs, to abandon their own wishes and dreams for themselves just to serve others and to serve the system. And that is actually what feeds into this habit of my colleagues of smoking, because it's not okay to have a self and to have a need and to say, I am going to stand up for this need that I have, take a break because I'm almost losing my mind in here, and I will be back in 7 minutes. That is not okay. What is okay is the construct that already exists in society and that is accepted by society, to use that just to get a break, even if that means that you will damage your health and that you will have a cigarette. It is a choice they make. Like, they're not going the straight way from their wish to a choice they make. They are going, the long way to get to the fulfillment of their inner wish. As soon as they would be aware of what this inner wish actually is, and of the programming that is set upon them, that you are only worth something if you work for the system tirelessly and if you abandon yourself for the system at all times, if they would be able to look through this, then maybe they could make an informed choice of having a break for themselves, even if that means not having a cigarette. Even if that means people will look weirdly or whatever, or some people might be criticizing them for choosing themselves over others, and how selfish that is. Also very interesting that selfish is a bad word in our society. Very twisted in my opinion, but they could make this informed choice. Yeah, I think that was a good example. So what I want to tell you is that awareness is necessary for you to step into the role of the creator in your own life. You are not the passenger. That's not what you're destined to be. You are not dictated by a system, by a program, by concepts. It is not what you should subordinate to. You came here because there is a very specific thing in your life that is calling you. And this very specific thing needs your creational output to come to life, come into place, and grow on this world for others to benefit from it. Everyone has this thing that they need to do because humanity and the world actually depends on it. And sometimes that sounds quite dramatic, because for some people they might feel like, well, the thing that I want to do is just so small. I just love to knit, and knitting is what I want to do with my life, and how could the world depend on it? No, but it actually is that way. Someone will be delighted by what you do. Someone will really truly want what you do in their lives. So, but what that actually needs from you, what it needs from you for this to happen, is you being the conscious and willing creator of this reality. This will not miraculously come into place by you subordinating to all the systems that have been placed upon you. That will not happen, my friend. I'm sorry. And I know that sometimes it can be very hard, but the first step to it is the awareness. That is what I want to tell you. The first step to it is the awareness. And as soon as you become deeply aware, not just superficially, that's where it starts, but if you become deeply aware of all the things that navigate you or have navigated you in the past from inside out without you even knowing it, you can lovingly, caringly, I'm lacking the word, I'm sorry. You can make peace with it and lovingly dismiss it. Say, I know that you have served me in the past, because else it would not be there. There are patterns inside of you that you have built up as a child, as a teenager, whatever, to survive the situations that you have been in. And you can make peace and say, I know you have served me well, but I am now grown out of this situation and I don't need your help anymore. I'm letting you go and I want to be free of you. And choose for yourself a different path of acting, a different path of reacting, a different path of creating reality in this world. And that is where everything starts, quite frankly. That is where your life will begin. And this is the moment that you choose your own good, choose life itself, and actually become free. Free, truly free of will. Because free of will, that is a thought you need to consider as the last thought we're having in this video. Free will is a basic human right. But you are only truly free of will if you are truly aware of what is happening inside of you, within you. Because only if you can look at all the aspects within yourself and have a broad picture about what it is that shaped you and shapes you till date, you can make an informed choice about what it is that you want to be doing next, thinking next, going to next. So this awareness will be the first step to it, and it will be necessary. It will be a step that you cannot skip. Because only on the foundation of awareness will you have all the information that you need to step into the creation that you want to achieve. That is it. That is what I wanted to say. I hope that this video finds you in great love and to your best. And I hope you have a great time. Thank you so much.